spooky nobody asked for.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of A Sequel Nobody Asked For. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, all the things, Sequel Nobody Asked For. Like us, follow us, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Get more content. Today, what we're going to be doing is going over the best Halloween candies and ranking everything. Got me, Daniel, Justin, and we got Sandy over there in the corner, too.
Hello.
Yeah, so getting real excited.
Like I get it, but why?
Because it's a good
Bullock?
pun. Yeah, because I thought of it right
you know
before I
what?
put my name in, and then
You know what? I need to stop being a hypocrite because I do puns all the time. Here we go. Let's see. What candy are we doing? Halloween candy?
I would imagine yes.
Ugh. I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel great. Candy's delicious.
About Halloween candy or
I mean, candy.
I wanna really quick before we start. I don't know if you remember this, Walker, but you used to trick or treat at our house.
I did, yeah.
I don't know if you remember this.
I do absolutely remember that.
What?
Why?
That's crazy.
Why would you remember that? Because I would remember that because I gave out candy every year instead of trick or treating. I was like, screw that. I want to just give candy to people, and there'd be people who'd come up with just their skateboard or something, and I'd be like, they're like, I'm Tony Hawk, and I'd give them an oatmeal packet. Like we had ramen noodles, oatmeal, and stuff on standby for people that did shitty costumes,
which is really awesome.
And I was like 10 years old.
That's a whole meal.
14 years old. Yeah, I mean, fantastic. As an adult, I wish I went trick or treating for that reason, so I could have an oatmeal supply.
That'd be great.
But yeah, I remember there was one year. I think it was Walker because I didn't see too many people that I knew. Usually, it was usually a bunch of teenage girls or like little kids.
And then one teenage boy brave enough to wander into the house.
I don't think you were that old, but
it was probably like middle school. I trick or treated for a while.
Yeah,
I am a child at heart, and I remain a child at heart. I was the kid who was going trick or treating and having old ladies tell me I was too old, and I said I'm too old for free candy. I mean, what?
Nope, not possible.
I just know one year. I think you were Peyton Manning. I don't remember. You were a football player of some kind.
So if you remember that, you remember far better than I do.
I do because yet again, Halloween was the for me. So I just remember everyone that I knew would come through. Blah blah blah. But I think I remember I acted like a freak when you came in because I had a mask on, and I don't think you knew it was me.
I did not.
There were multiple people I did this for. Really?
Oh, yes, I remember you crawling on the ground with a mask on, and I was like, I didn't even know it was your house, and then I knew it was because you guys. The reason that I remember it is because you guys would go like all out, like you would. It wasn't just knock on the door and here's some candy. It was like walk into the entryway, and the house was blacked out and things are crazy, and then there's candy at the end. So on this particular day, you were crawling around.
That was a normal thing for us, just so you know. Like that wasn't. We didn't do it special for Halloween. That's just how our house was.
Yeah, I figured. You were crawling around on the ceiling then, and then you. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then you lifted your mask to reveal that it was you, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Ruined the illusion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I have
completely.
I know because I couldn't. Well, now I would totally do that, but not reveal it was me, so that someone would have a weird story forever, and then it
would be way better.
However many years later, now I could have been like, "That was me." And then,
did you know?
Okay, so let's go ahead, get this candy going. That just popped in my brain. I thought it was pretty funny.
It was.
Candy in general. I've never had a sweet tooth, but there are certain things that. Oh yeah, I'm more of a meaty. I'm the meat slayer. I got that persona going for me.
For a reason.
I don't know where else to go with that.
Makes sense, sure.
Besides it looks like we have an S, A, B, C, and D, and we determined beforehand that S is going to be the pinnacle of all candy, whatever we determine that to be. Like,
That's one
don't get me
singular
wrong,
candy?
I like candy. Well, everything we put into A, we'll just have to pick the best out of it. Like, I like candy. Don't get me wrong. It's the moderation is very easy for me to do with candy because it's just overwhelming.
Well, now
But
I'm
let's
jealous.
go ahead. Where do we want to start?
One piece, and I'm like, just keep going.
Yeah, I like chocolate. I don't other candies. I'm not
Yeah.
crazy about, but
I get that. Oh yeah, chocolate for sure.
All right. So, where do we want to start? We want to start top of the list, bottom of the list, something in the middle? Anyone have a preference?
I probably just in order of what's sitting there. Probably
Skittles.
easiest, right?
All right, Whoppers first.
Yeah, here you go.
All right. They're first. So,
there we go.
Thoughts on Whoppers? I have very strong thoughts on Whoppers, so I won't go first.
Go for it.
He doesn't want to go first, so I'll go first. I honestly can't. I don't think I eat Whoppers. I'm trying to think of what aren't they like? They're little chocolate balls with what's on the inside? It's some kind
malted milk
ball. Malted milk.
Yeah,
ball. Got
the
it.
worst iteration of malt possible. I mean,
yeah, it's low on the
malted
list.
Milkshakes
For me.
Maybe
milkshakes, I should say, because there's no milk in them. But
yeah, it's like it depends on the day. I recently had a very long discussion with somebody that I know that thought a milkshake and a malt were the exact same thing because people say that they are. I was like, no, malt is like its own thing, and you mix it into stuff, and it's not good. So
it was a product of trying to make things more streamlined and or like preservers.
Yeah, it's like a grain.
I'm gonna like Nestle powder for chocolate milk. It's that same thing.
Right.
Put Nesquik in the middle.
I'm just gonna go. That's a D for me.
That's an easy D or C for me as well.
They're chalky.
D.
They're chalky. And
I think because of those, I'm afraid to have a malt like beverage.
Yeah.
Because of those.
I can go malty.
So
you can call me a malty boy any day of the week, but not for malted balls.
Oh goodness. All right.
Let's go to the next one.
We're starting from the bottom here. We got Necco wafers.
I think that's an easy D as well. Necco wafers are while I appreciate what they are, and I don't mind
where they came from.
Yeah, well, from the bottom up, they've really had a riches to rags story.
Started from the bottom, now they're here.
Yeah.
I do genuinely enjoy the weird chalky texture of them, and the colorful nature. That's good and fun, but they just are a disappointment when you're handed one. So
if they were like low calorie, because they taste like something that's low calorie. If they were, I could see
sugar free is how I would describe Necco wafers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they are
zero. The new term for sugar free is just zero. That is what they feel like. There's not much there.
They're like when we were kids, and they started that sugar-free craze because all the kids were getting fat, and they're like, it's sugar's fault, and it wasn't portion control or anything like that.
In reality,
so they were like, all right, sugar-free. That first iteration of sugar-free and everything sucked. It was terrible because they had no idea what they were doing, and it felt like Necco wafers were like, that's it, we got it, nailed it.
Yeah, but isn't it just
it's
still
not
terrible for you?
It probably is. I have no idea.
All right, I agree. I think my opinion on them, they're not the worst thing in the world, but it's like if I get them, I'm gonna eat them like a year and a half later and just be like, I need to get them out of here, type thing. It's not like I'm going to search for these candies.
It's last candy in the bag, and you're in your Jones.
Yeah, it's left in La Fonda, and like 2 years later, I find it and put it in a video.
Yeah, I realize that nobody knows what that means, so that's beautiful.
Exactly. We'll have to find out,
including me.
Exactly. So next, we'll go here. We got Skittles original. No fancy iterations. We're just going original.
I'm gonna have to say they're not my favorite, but they are just a solid all around. Can't complain about them either, though. Like I don't have a bad thing to say about them, but they're not my favorite. I'm gonna go B. Whatever you guys do, it'll average it out. So,
I think I could agree with B. I would agree with your assessment. Even Skittles are good for what they are. They're in my senior age, I find it hard to eat a whole package of them. They're really sweet. But like for what
But
they
a whole pack
are,
was
they're
nothing
really
back in the
like,
day.
I mean, and if we're doing Halloween version, like those are the little fun
minis,
size,
yeah.
which makes
So
it a little
that
more manageable.
and then so like that, though, that to
Ooh.
me is at least worth a B or an A even, because they are, for what they are, they're the best. It's not like if I'm
Did you
going for
guys ever
that
have
kind of thing, that's what I'm picking.
the Halloween ones, the zombie ones?
Can't say I
No,
did.
never. Heard of
Okay,
it.
so I don't know if it was promotion or something, but one year they had Skittles that were zombie Skittles, where one in every like 10 tasted like raw flesh.
Garbage.
Their words exactly.
No,
Raw
that was
flesh
not
or something
real.
like that. Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not. It did
And
not taste
it
like
just
raw
tasted like-
flesh. There's no way. That's what they said.
It was like watermelon
They
flavored.
They said something like that. No, it was like a rancid flavor. Like it tasted gross. It tasted
Like
like
it was like
something
believe
Bean
that.
Boozled type
I believe
situation.
them making it,
It
especially
was
if
called
it was
like
around
flesh
like
flavor.
if it was around like Harry
There's
Potter
no way.
time too. It would.
Yeah.
Oh, this was
jelly
maybe
beans and crap. But
6 to 7 years ago, maybe. I don't know.
wow, recent.
That sounds
But,
terrifying,
yeah,
whatever it
not
was.
good.
And if that was the
Not
case,
worth it.
maybe pushes it up for me. But I think kind of what Walker was saying, like for what it is, it's really good. In the fruity candy category, if that's what we were ranking, I'd say A, but it's not, and there's chocolate on the board, so that's what puts it at a B for me.
I would agree with the B assessment.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving right along, we got Snickers next.
Snickers
You're
is
not you when you're
hard A
snicking.
for me. Hard A. And in the discussion for S tier for me for
Okay.
Snickers. It is, if I'm getting a candy bar, it's often what I pick. I think all of it works together very well. Love that that caramel, that nougat, that nut. So easy A for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna just agree. There's no complaints yet. Since it's in the battle for S tier, maybe, depending on what Daniel says.
Yeah, I don't want
have
Walker
much
to get mad at me. So
maybe when we get
I'm
into
not
there.
gonna-
There is another thing on here that is S tier for me, so there is a discussion to be had.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Snickers for me is more of an adulthood favorite for sure. When I was a kid, I was very upset when I'd find them. And again, I don't know if it was just a weird mentality thing, but then I'd eat it and I'm like, oh, this is
Definitely.
pretty good. But then go back in my bag and be like, oh, I don't want a Snickers. But now
There's a
it very
thing about
much
having
is
whole
satisfying.
like almonds or peanuts in a candy bar when you're little. Like
Sure.
almond joys and stuff when you were younger, it was like no. Some
Mhm.
people still
Yeah.
knew. Like it was an upset to get almond Hershey bars, at least for me.
Oh, I love them.
Now I might like them more.
Now I'm a huge fan. So I don't know if it is just better with age or what. But our next one here just got standard Hershey bar. And
I would also say this one's probably in a B or an A, because again,
I agree with that.
I don't know. Yeah, for you guys, when you reach for just like, if you have every option at your disposal, and you just want plain chocolate, no nuts, nothing else, a Hershey bar is usually the direction I go. If I'm just going milk chocolate, soup to nuts, that's just all I want.
So I am a very into like dark chocolate and stuff like that, and Hershey's
Mhm.
dark chocolate is pretty good. But like if I'm getting a plain chocolate bar, that's just not it. I'm gonna want something else. Like I'm gonna want the Snickers. I'm gonna go
Right.
for that. Hershey's is good. I'm not knocking that at all, especially when you bake with it and or use it with anything, put it on ice cream, whatever you want to do with it. Hershey's is the solid choice. Is it my favorite Halloween candy? No, it's gonna be a B for me. So we'll see how that averages out.
Yeah, I think I would put it at a B as well, for a lot of the same reasons. Like for just chocolate, no complaints, but it's just chocolate. There's so many other things that have something else to it. And if this was what makes the best s'more, it might be a C. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
fair.
It would be a little bit higher up.
It is probably the best chocolate for s'more. That hands
Yeah,
down.
that might be another episode, camping snacks or something like that.
Ooh.
But yeah, just for plain chocolate, like now I can't even eat just a plain Hershey bar. Like it's just
No.
too rich. Like I'm almost always
Yeah.
dark chocolate, making my own chocolate bars, stuff like that. Real crazy fun stuff. But yeah, I think we're good with B. Everyone good with that?
Yeah, I can take
Yeah.
B for it.
Cool. All right, we've been doing a lot of chocolate, as in 2 in a row. So we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do Dum Dums.
Oh,
You're not you when you're Dum
Dum Dums are dum dum.
Dang,
Dum Dums
are
are
you
dum dum.
hard no on Dum Dums?
Mystery flavor is great just because it is okay. Like you go, oh, this is a mystery. What flavor is it? I don't care.
You're
It's just
a
sweet.
marketing person's
But it is
dream.
Yeah,
The mystery flavor is literally just when
trash.
they change out the flavors. It's just what's left.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the
You
combo,
go, and then they don't add the coloring or anything. Yep,
Yeah,
they just go, oh, yeah.
Like,
Here
let's
you
save
go.
some money and clean this out.
I would
That's
say
100% what it is.
I would put Dum Dums at C. I think that's a C class.
I think there's a
because you get
legacy
them
with
free
them.
a lot. And obviously this is a
Yep.
Halloween candy
That's-
thing, but like I remember my bank growing up, you could just grab a Dum Dum.
That's what I was gonna say.
Huge.
The
That's
Dum
what I was
Dum
gonna say,
legacy
like-
lives on, and I'll go C for that.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. I think if this was candy you find in the wild and you're excited about, much higher up.
Right.
Because I was going to say the same thing about the bank. Like, they have the lollipops. You get them in school really often for like trivia prizes or whatever.
We throw them at you.
Yeah. Yep. I remember those days.
No, see, Tootsie Pops
But-
ruined it for me. Tootsie Pops are the superior lollipops, so Dum Dums are just.
Tootsie Pops are
didn't-
garbage.
Yeah. I'm
Hard garbage on Tootsie Pops.
I'm totally fine with being that outlier, but hey, Tootsie Pops aren't on there.
That's good.
All right. Next one on here, we got M&Ms, just standard M&Ms. I think
I'm just
yeah,
gonna
there's no
go
other
right
iterations
out
on
there. Oh, we're throwing things.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, don't know
I'm
what
gonna have
happened
to
there.
go. This is a B or an A for me. B by itself, it's phenomenal, but like A, it's great. It putting in cookies and shit. Like if you ever had a monster cookie, they're like peanut butter, oatmeal, M&M. Like they're the best of everything. And those
Right.
M&Ms are what sets it like over the edge. So M&Ms have a good place, especially the branding. The branding's great. Daniel has a bunch of M&Ms
I'm not
collectibles.
a huge
I don't
M&M
know
fan, but
so I don't know if he actually likes M&Ms or just loves the branding of them. I don't know.
He just loves that commercial every year with them discovering Santa Claus.
that is one of the greats.
It is.
sure.
So for me, it's funny. I agree with you almost the whole way, Justin. If I'm getting a cookie, I want one with M&Ms, 100% every single time. Chocolate chips and M&Ms in my cookie every day. However, this list is about getting candy for Halloween,
You're
and
correct.
for me, M&Ms is on the disappointing side of candy to get because it is just
really?
like I don't dislike M&Ms, but I would personally I'm putting it like a B or a C because it's just like it feels like no thought went into it. When somebody drops M&Ms in your candy bag as a kid, you're like, oh, okay, so that's what you guys are about then.
See,
So I did like a B plus. He did a C plus. What are you thinking, Daniel?
I was gonna say so M&Ms.
He's got keep
especially
in mind
originally M&Ms.
he owns stock, so keep that in mind.
Oh, I wish. No, I just have the full size
Insider
play
trading.
characters. But no, original M&Ms are not my favorite type of M&M. So
They've been getting
definitely
wacky with them.
That is also important to say. If these were peanut M&Ms, way different. Peanut M&Ms are near S tier for me. Plain
Yeah,
M&Ms,
And they
uh,
didn't used to be. They didn't.
No,
used
that
to
was
be.
something-
something
for
that
me
was
they
definitely
were.
a recent,
I've
again,
always
an
liked
adulthood
peanuts and chocolate.
decision. For my
Something
birthday,
must
I
have
was
happened
given-
in our household where
I don't know.
like,
Like we
no
were
nuts and candy
anti-nuts.
were good.
Yeah, no nut nevers.
now I'm like nuts in and around my mouth all the time.
Give
Who
them.
doesn't?
Yeah. But yeah, I was for my birthday this year. I was given a paint can filled with a variety of M&Ms,
Ooh,
mini M&Ms, the pretzel ones, the brownie ones, like
minis
all
were
the
good.
different things. Yeah, minis got to be my favorite. Peanut is a close second. They're just
They
not
make
the
you feel
same-
like a giant.
It's a different ratio, you know. They're crispy.
I get what you're saying.
Um,
You can fit more in your mouth, and that's exciting.
Exactly. Yeah. See, you get it. You know. But yeah. So anyway, these I would probably rate them a B, just because there's other iterations that are better. This I like that it was a little packet. You rip it open, you just take a shot of the whole thing, and I would just have a mouthful of M&Ms. I liked that, where I didn't have to like stuff a whole candy bar in my mouth to get the same feeling
Right.
as a child trying to eat all of the candy. So that's why I'd probably go like around B.
Okay.
Does that work for
I can
everybody?
live with B. Yeah. I don't hate them.
Yeah, then
It's
B
just
is
it
literally
is
in the middle.
it's plain M&Ms is
Yeah.
what the problem is. That's the only thing working against it right now.
For sure.
I get it.
All right, next one here we got Starburst. Again, original Starburst right here. And again, I want to point out for this picture does not accurately represent what is in my head for Halloween Starbursts. which would be the pack of like 2 of them together, which does bring down my rating for Starburst because of the functionality of just getting 2 Starbursts in a package.
Yeah, Starburst
I
are
found
like
it
C,
exciting
D tier.
because you would get
the bad ones,
like lemon or something, and someone hated lemon. You got all their lemons done. Like I would get all the shitty Starbursts that other people
when
didn't
life
like.
gives
I
you
liked them.
lemon Starbursts.
Why does no one like the lemon star? I love the lemon Starburst.
Oh,
Why
I do.
does no one like the?
I don't like
so
the
I
orange.
would.
Orange is least favorite.
It's the reason that Starburst goes so low on my list is it's the chance of it all, right? I want the lemon and I want the pink lemonade, and when I open up that 2-pack and it's 2 fucking cherry ones, I'm pissed. I'm throwing a full on fit.
Not the same flavors for me, but the same idea.
Someone who pays for it now. Mm-mm. If I'm paying for something, I want it. But as a kid, it was like I wasn't going to get candy anyways. This is fun.
Sure.
Now, I hate it. I also one time rearranged a pack of Starburst. I was like, oh man, I'm going to put all the colors by each other. And then I was like, wow, I should make them into a pattern too. Like, and then I did that. And then I realized I put them how they came. And I was very upset with myself that I was just like, I was fidgeting. I was doing something else at the time. So that was like my secondary activity that I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm just going to rearrange these while we're talking about whatever. And I think I was like in a meeting or something and they handed out like candy. And I was just like, why do we have candy? Whatever. And I did that. And then I rearranged it, boop, boop, boop. And then I just went, oh. Like when I realized what I had done, which was just made it exactly the same, it was so disappointing.
So for me, Starburst at most a C because of the variety of it. People have their favorites. I like the pink. But the other ones they're okay. Like I don't dislike them. Like I'm not gonna not eat a yellow Starburst. I like the pink lemonade idea though. So if that ever happens to me again in my life where I'm presented with those 2, I will eat them at the same time. That sounds great. But they also don't work well while making a marshmallow treat. I was very excited when you mix all the flavors together. It doesn't work. Check out that video that we made. And it was not good. The flavors meshed together were not good. You take a mouthful of Skittles, the whole thing, it's like, oh, that's Skittle flavor. Whole thing is Starburst. It's like, that's kind of gross. So I'd say
we melted
C
a
at
bunch of
best.
Those and put it in like cereal, made marshmallows
with some Fruit Loops,
and we used Starburst as the marshmallows. And with Fruit Loops, and it tasted kind of like Flintstones vitamins.
Yeah,
if you've ever had those,
good.
Just chewable vitamin flavor.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
so I'm starting to notice that Walker's taste is not my own.
It's that of an old man. Is what you're finding.
Ooh, multivitamins, delicious.
Okay, Professor.
Yeah, I know you guys have aged up into liking nuts and chocolate. And I'm like, I liked it when I was like 4. So I guess I was like 30 when I was 4.
Say black licorice.
Like, that's the best part. So Starburst.
Oh, no.
C at best.
That's
all.
I'll go with that. I'll go with it.
Okay.
Here, let's do a few that we can just knock out.
Deal.
What are some
Apple.
I mean, so in your candy, there's gonna be some discussion here with an
All right, so not Apple. What about Tootsie Roll? That's pretty straightforward.
Garbage. Get that out of here.
It was too.
I used to like
common.
them. Now they're
too common.
Yeah, it was like all you got. They were like, "Here's 100 Tootsie Rolls," and I'm like, "Thanks. I'd rather you punched me in the teeth."
Real quick. How do we feel about other flavors of Tootsie Rolls? I like
Garbage.
the vanilla ones.
Garbage.
They're superior.
Vanilla.
All of it's bad.
Have you had a vanilla one? You're an old man. You should like them.
I should. It's not a Werther's original. I don't want it.
It's Werther's or nothing.
I don't want it.
But I literally have a bag of the vanilla Tootsie Rolls in my kitchen right now because I found them at the dollar store. And I was like, wait, you can buy just the vanilla ones?
See, they're at the dollar store because they're trash.
All of these are at the dollar store. But
true.
It's great. I don't think you can. I've never seen the vanilla ones anywhere else. So it's like a specialty item, you know? But Tootsie Rolls for me, like I like the big ones. But the little ones are just everywhere. It's another one of those things you get as free candy all the time anyway. And it's like, it's not quite chocolate and it's nothing else.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But
just
yeah.
free everywhere. Like you can walk down the street and somebody's like, "Here's a Tootsie Roll," and you're like, "I don't know who you are."
What is that?
It's just
pumpkin
what-
patch?
Who
You
are
just-
you?
You just come into so many Tootsie Rolls.
All right. What about Twizzlers? I feel like that's another quick one we can talk about. Thoughts on Twizzlers?
Is it Twizzlers or the red vines I like more? I think I like the ones you pull apart.
Red Vine.
Those are so that's. I mean, both of those exist. I guess. I
Oh,
don't know
they
if
do
Red
have
Vine-
the
yeah, they're-
Twizzlers
I would agree with you,
pull and
Justin.
peel.
The Twizzlers, the Twizzlers that are more like a fruit snack that you peel apart, good. Or normal
yeah.
Twizzlers, bad. Not see at absolute
I agree.
best.
Also, I feel like that one for me was the most likely to be stale before I opened
I
it,
agree.
and so then it was just hard. So we're going D.
Yeah,
You are
I'm going
C.
D. Honestly.
I'm
Nice.
just
yeah.
All right.
disappointed in that.
We'll go D.
All
Let's
right. What
do-
about the?
What is
Oh,
the
you
pumpkin
bet.
thing? I don't know if you heard me before. There's like a pumpkin thing second to the last, now third to the last.
This?
Yeah.
These
Are
are
those pretzels? Maybe
Oops.
are they the like
Halloween
vegan
Halloween
pretzels,
pretzels
that you used to get? Yeah.
Yes. Bag of
Huge.
pretzels.
Honest to goodness, A class.
Okay,
I don't
well-
know. I don't know why.
Mhm.
But like,
It's the
you'd
only salty
get, like,
thing in there.
and you'd only get like 1 or 2 bags of them. It was never too many. You know what I mean? If you got like 10 bags of them, then you're like, all right, this is just ridiculous. But
Yeah. But you can eat those in between any other chocolate
Yeah,
option
the
and just pop one of those
that was
pretzels
more
in.
sparing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was not smart
Well,
enough to
and
like
it
clear
was-
and cleanse my
it was
palate. As a
crazy
child.
too.
Oh, that was all.
Well,
I'm looking for those
I'm
combinations.
going B on it. But if
You
you're
could-
both A, that's great.
B? I'm going A.
I'm A.
Okay,
I'm
then
A
yeah,
all
Especially
day.
the
I-
brand name, too.
Average A.
I still
You know,
love
there you go.
pretzels. Oots.
Cool.
Honestly, I had
Oh,
literally
pretzels
had a
are great.
treasure chest full of them like last year for our Halloween party. So it was great. It was a good time.
I like doing.
I also like that you would open up the
chocolate
pack
covered
and it was
pretzels,
like
too.
3 of them. Great. Also
Yeah,
great.
chocolate covered pretzels. That's what I'm saying. Like I would eat a couple M&Ms and then a couple of those. That's why I like the pack sensation.
Sure.
But all right,
Ooh,
Walker,
yeah.
which one do you want to do next? How about you pick one?
We can keep. Well, let's do Laffy Taffy on
What's
the
a
bottom
solid
there,
D for you?
because that Laffy Taffy right there, garbage, terrible. Get them out
Because
of
of
my
the
face.
jokes or the taste?
If you put that, the jokes are great. If you put that banana Laffy Taffy in my face, I will smack you. Get that thing away from me. That is, I love bananas. Blasphemy. These Laffy Taffies.
That's
Absolutely
hilarious.
not. Our teachers
Thank
would give
you
them
for
out in
giving me that
school, and they were
ammunition.
terrible.
Mhm. We'd get like the long stick ones in school sometimes, like as like a
Long
like an
stick.
extra
Oh,
special.
those ones were
Yeah, they had like the
cooler.
long. They were. The little ones were like bad airheads. I didn't like
The
it.
airheads were
They are
fine.
bad airheads.
Laffy
Exactly.
Taffy was just worse.
Exactly, bad airheads. So
Like if you had good things, well,
Yeah,
you're
we
shit.
go D. Good with that, Justin?
Yeah, for being a name brand thing, yeah, that's pretty poo poo.
Mm-hmm.
Like Laffy Taffy is synonymous for being taffy, whereas other things, not.
Sure. Yeah. I get what you're saying. What about Jolly Ranchers?
Also garbage.
That's
Still
I.
garbage.
That one's tough for
I'm
me.
You're gonna discover that I don't
D,
like
'cause
apparently
I just
these
can't-
kind of sweets.
You're
I
saying what,
can't
Justin?
deal with them. They used to be C. Now they're probably a D for me.
Oof. I mean,
This is-
Growing up, it was.
I
fun.
guess. Yeah, that's I guess what I need to clarify. Like, is this my taste now? Because if so, like most of this is a D.
It's all time.
All time. Okay, so
It's-
then I
it's
gotta
like,
say a C.
If you, like it
for
was
Jolly
so
Rancher?
prevalent in your childhood that it
It
like
was, and I
supersedes
got-
your taste for it now,
It does.
then yeah,
100%.
obviously. But it's just
Mhm.
all time.
When I was a child, putting these in my mixed drinks to change the flavor, you know. No, I would take a can of Coke and put like 2 of the blue ones in. You're old. I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna perpetuate my old manness. But
Yeah.
even as a kid, when somebody would give me a Jolly Rancher and I would actually break down and eat it, I would feel like I was getting a cavity as I ate it.
Were
As a
you
child,
chewing
That's
on it?
true.
No, even
It
just
makes
in
it
my
feel
mouth, it's so
uncomfortable.
aggressively
Ugh.
sweet. It is
Yeah,
aggressive.
That's why it was good for flavoring other things. So
A
like
can of
I wouldn't really eat
Coca-Cola?
them. Yes, it was delicious, and you
just
wouldn't eat the
snort
can
sugar.
at the end. No, then you don't get the
Here.
full flavor. But no, I'd put a couple in the cola.
Get those
into the
strawberry
Sprite,
ones
whatever.
out of here.
It was great. So hold on. What
Get
are we?
those little strawberries out of here.
All right, they're in their
No.
spot.
No,
And then
no.
So Walker, what's your thought
Get
on
those
old
off.
people candy?
On what? On the strawberries?
Strawberry
Yeah, of
bonbons.
course. I like the strawberry ones. I would not put them. I would put them at absolute best B or C. But
I would say a B.
So I like strawberry flavored stuff. That's gonna.
Well, I say
across
D,
the board. I'm
so-
gonna enjoy strawberry things. C it might be.
So B it is.
It would be
Why
like
did
a
we
C
not-
plus. I don't know if we round up.
So we had all that conversation about Jolly Ranchers, and we didn't even rank it. By the way.
Oh, I'm saving it for when you guys are a little bit
They're-
happier.
Oh, I got you. I just missed.
No,
that
we can put D there. I wouldn't eat them now. I 100% agree with everything you guys said about them. If I were to be near them now, but as a kid, loved them. It was just candy for like 3 hours in your mouth. But if you bit one, you're screwed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no,
So-
I want the option to bite it.
Like kind of like a now and later type thing, you know?
Yeah, go Sour
Kinda in
Patch
between.
Kids. Let's do that one.
Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids, sour, sweet, bottom list for me. I'd say like C because they hurt your tongue after a while. There's only like 2 good flavors, and it's a little bit too much. I don't know.
I 100%
I don't like
agree.
the sour part of it.
Garbage.
I think they're a B, but since you guys are thinking it's like a C or D, so go for it. Awesome.
Yeah, I
Milk
think that's
duds.
probably our biggest thing people are going to be angry at us for.
Sour Patch Kids. They can
Yeah.
suck it because they're terrible.
Yeah,
Milk
people that
duds.
like Sour Patch Kids like Flamin' Hot Cheetos though too.
I like
Yeah,
Flamin' Hot
that's-
Cheetos though.
And Mountain
So-
Dew.
You're a
I
liar.
feel like,
Okay.
too. But Milk Duds were that was one of
I
the things
also
that I
like
was
the
like
Flaming Hot Cheetos, but I don't love them.
Milk Duds for me, like I was happy to see them, but it hit a limit. It was like I want to chew
Yeah.
on them and they get too tacky in my teeth, but I like the flavor.
The
a lot.
first
It's
the
chocolate
first
caramel.
one is good.
Yeah, first box.
If somebody gave me
First
one of
box.
those, I'd love it.
Milk Duds, much like the photo of the Milk Duds, terrible. the candy, like
Off-center.
the photo, bad.
So
Bad
what are you
candy.
rating it? When you're saying bad, are you saying D, C, A?
I'm up to discussion. I would at highest. I'm gonna go C. I
C?
was
I'd go
disappointed. I
C.
was trading
Okay.
these to other people if they liked them. Get them away
Yeah.
from me.
All right. All right.
Yeah, you look at the stuff that's in D, it doesn't belong with those. But it
I think that
definitely
should be
doesn't
B.
deserve any higher.
I think belongs
I-
with D.
No.
That was
I'm
mostly,
still a
to be
C.
fair, too. I think my more like for it was at the movie theater, not Halloween. I liked every couple popcorn handfuls. You eat a Milk Dud in between.
I could see it going good with popcorn.
I
Mhm.
can't.
Well, you just can't see it because it's a
Let's
bad
see.
picture. What?
I don't
Candy corn.
I want to do Twix though.
fantastic.
Ew.
Oh, Twix. Oh, we'll do Twix first because it sounds like we got some
Okay.
polarizing ideas on candy corn. Twix. I'd
Twix?
say.
They're
That's
versatile. I like them.
I would call it an A or a B for sure. I think
I
they're.
was
I think
also
they're
thinking
good.
A, B.
I was never disappointed.
I'm gonna
with
go
them, but yeah,
Yeah, let's go A.
Yeah.
I think
They're
yeah, I
slightly
think they're a
different
good
than the other
balance.
chocolate candies.
Mhm.
They got
Like,
a
they're
bigger
more
cracker
caramel
or
forward.
cookie, whatever.
I don't
They're-
currently
yeah, the
enjoy this
cookie.
left or right Twix thing. That I don't know why we have to fight about it, but
the last like 15
It was a
years.
great
yeah.
promotional thing 15 years ago when it came out, and now it's just like,
in
okay, we
1977,
get that shtick.
I for a while when I was a small child, I thought there was a difference. I was like, "Oh, this one has more caramel, or this one has more cookie." Like, no, it's just the same thing. And there, when I realized that, I was like, "I'm over it. I'm going to stop buying Twix
Like,
now
wow.
because of this."
Okay,
Lost
now what's this about candy corn
Good.
saying it's good?
A or B?
No,
Ooh.
that's a D for me.
I would say a B. I loved it as a child.
I would put it
loved
in like
as
a B
child.
then.
B.
Yeah,
again,
that's
we got an
crazy.
upset
Candy
right
corn
there.
is food to me.
Oh, am I back?
That is disgusting.
I can hear
Yeah.
you, Walker.
Oh, could you hear me the whole time?
Yeah.
It's even
Yeah.
funnier. You guys were completely frozen. I was so scared. I was so lost. I wasn't sure what was
Oh, no,
happening.
you're good.
You're like, oh, I'm gone. While
Yeah.
you were gone, we put candy corn at D.
That's terrible.
No,
No, it's at
Disapprove
B.
of it.
I
I
ranked
can
it
at
go
at
with
B
B.
myself.
I
I
understand
put it
why
at a
people
solid
don't
D.
like it.
So
I like it.
Nibbling little pieces.
Yep.
Like,
Bite
No,
it,
I
bite
could
it by
take one.
color. It's
I
fun.
can- that was good. Bye.
I
Don't
like
need you
that
anymore.
they're in Halloween. They're always around. Everybody's always got them, and somebody they're a fun
It's
conversation piece.
It's the Nickelback of
It
candy.
is the Nickelback.
Everyone
of candy.
hates it, but
it'd
it's
be
always
terrible.
there.
It's always there for the people that do enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Oh,
next
God.
I'm gonna go. I think we should do 2 in a row here, and we do Mounds and Almond Joy.
They are the same thing.
Yeah, they're kind
They
of
are
the same.
not. They are not. They are very different.
One
like
has
either of them.
coconut and one has coconut and almonds, right?
They both have coconut. Mounds is dark chocolate and coconut. Almond Joy is
Okay.
milk chocolate with an almond. So very different.
One
That's one of
almond.
those
It's
used
one
to hate.
almond for like little fun sized bar.
Gotcha.
It's a little top.
When I was
Which
little,
I-
no. Now I kind of like them. They'd be like a B
Mhm.
for me. Mounds are because there's no almond though. I'd put like D.
D.
Yeah,
You said?
it's C and D for me, but I'll work with B.
Yeah,
I
I
do
put
not-
Almond Joy.
I do not
at a
enjoy
B.
them. And I like coconut. It's just they just
There's
don't
a
do it
lot.
for me. They just don't do it for me.
Almond Joy for
There's
me would be like an
ratios. There's
A.
this thing called a ratio,
So
and
Almond
they
Joy
just
is one
kind
of
of
my
went,
favorites.
let's just throw a bunch in.
I've never understood the name differential. Like I think Almond Joy should be called Mounds because it's literally a chocolate bar with like a big mound on top of it where the almond is.
Yeah,
So I don't get it.
somebody wasn't thinking. I think one was made before the other one, and then they went, oh,
Yeah.
They couldn't
This
believe
will
that
be
it was
my
actually catching on.
yeah.
They made another one.
All right.
Reese's
Reese's peanut butter
A
cup.
for me.
Easy A tier,
A.
yeah.
A.
Fantastic. If you want chocolate
Now-
and peanut butter, somebody
Just
slap.
saying, check out the Aldi peanut butter cups. They're much better. Anyway.
This episode
Are
brought to you
you
by Aldi.
affiliated?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a sponsor, but it's like actual peanut butter on the inside, and it's not like granular. I don't know. It gets to be too rich for me.
Terrorist. You don't like the
Uh,
fake peanut butter they put in those things?
I mean, to give you another point of reference, the first time I bought my own groceries, I bought a jar of Reese's branded peanut butter. So
that's
I'm all
not
over the place.
That's not good. Just the Reese's peanut butter, you don't put that on a PB&J. That's madness. What are you doing?
It was delicious, but it didn't taste like what was in a Reese's cup.
No.
It was
Because
just
it tasted
extra
like
sugar. Next, let's do a Kit Kat. What do you guys think of a Kit Kat?
S.
That's A for me.
Baby. S
That's A for
tier.
me.
Yeah,
S
Kit Kat.
tier. Kit Kat.
is
I have a
just-
thing of Kit Kats in my cabinet right now. I eat them in the nighttime
Also,
before I go to
a
bed. when I
solid
should
thing.
not.
I eat
A
them in the night.
solid thing about Kit Kats are the fact that they have so many flavors and a lot of them are still good. It's not like as hit or miss as other brands shit where they just throw anything and everything at it and go, hey, try it, see if
Yeah.
you like it. That I know when I try a different one, they've got like dark chocolate, they've got fruity ones, they've got weird
Yeah.
ones. I've had like the matcha ones, which are really
The
good.
big
Like,
one, big
Kit Kats
yeah,
cannot.
totally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
Kit Kat is just it's almost refreshing when you just break yourself a piece off of that brand new car.
Okay, what's the next one?
Milky Way. Milky Way. What do we think?
Ooh,
B.
Almost
Middle of the
Snickers.
road. Not it's off brand.
I used to like it
How
more.
I would describe it.
Mhm.
And
When I was a kid, I liked it. It was probably my favorite because it didn't have the nuts.
And now-
it's literally a Snickers with no
You guys-
nuts.
hated nuts.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
I don't know what it was. Like no one had allergies. Like it was. I don't know what it was. We were just like candy or nothing.
Get that out of this.
Nuts
house.
ain't candy. That's
You're
taking
not a
my
boy
candy
in
from
my
me.
family bringing them nut candies in here.
So I agree. I'd say B.
Okay,
good with
let's
that?
go for it.
Solid B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not a bad candy. It just doesn't do
Man.
much.
Take a step down to Three Musketeers. You got
So I
Snickers
used-
with the nuts, Milky
I-
Way with the no nuts but with the caramel, and Three Musketeers just the nougat.
Used to love Three Musketeers, and here's to again another bit of old man lore. Too rich, can't even eat one now. Literally, like instantly makes my stomach hurt if I bite one.
You need
So,
to
like-
have a handful of peanuts ready to go.
Yeah, I gotta have the peanuts to break it up. That's what makes the Snickers good. Is that it's
I
got
haven't
that,
had
that
one for a
stomach
long
settler.
time.
Yeah, I haven't either. I remember it was a big deal to me like 10 years ago when they had a couple different like Three Musketeers flavors. Like they did a dark
Yeah.
chocolate, like
That
that was
one was good,
midnight or whatever. That I hated as a kid, but I feel like I would really like now.
think it's C tier then, because nobody. I like
it. It's not a D. I couldn't put it in a D.
But
I liked it a lot. It was my favorite as a kid. Like that's what I would tell people was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like, and I haven't even seen one. I don't even know if they exist.
That's more of why I haven't had one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go B because
I would say B as well.
I would still enjoy one. Would I enjoy it as much as I would have rated an A as a kid? But yeah, now I'm like, it's a solid B for me. I'm gonna go B.
Same.
I can take it.
Okay. There we go. Mike and Ike's. Who's Mike? Who's
Trash?
Ike?
Trash. Get it away from me.
Yeah.
I think of them
They're
as
like
one I'm
shaped
surprised
like
is on
pills.
here. Yeah, they're
like,
dots.
why are kids taking so many pills these days? I don't know, because you gave us fucking Mike and Ike's and said pop these in your mouth.
I'd rate them before you guys trash talking
You
too much.
chewed them,
I'd rate them
right?
a C.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Just throwing them back
like everybody else did. Obviously, Justin. Let's move on. Okay.
I'd rate them a C because out of chewy fruit snack like things, they were better than dots, and that's what I'm comparing them to.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
You
they're
like
better than
dots
Dots,
better?
I was
Dots
a Dots
are a
kid.
D.
You are too old, my friend.
Hopping back in my time machine to 1964. Here we go.
All right, I'm saying
Mike and Ike's D for me.
D. I'm assuming Bullock over there is is a D as well.
You're absolutely correct.
Correct.
All right, I guess.
Swedish fish. I'm going A for Swedish fish.
A
Y'all
for me
can
as well.
debate.
I
That's
can
fine.
also take an A. No, I actually. So it's as you've seen the gushy gummy candies. I'm not much a fan for, but Swedish fish. I was more exposed to it. My mom liked them, so I grew up them. So I was into it.
It's more of that like actual licorice flavor.
When I liked it, it was a battle. Like chewing a single Swedish fish was like you had to really chew for like 20 minutes. Somebody had to chew it up for me, and my dentist couldn't do it.
Oh gosh. Toblerone is
Butterfinger.
Not. Butterfinger first.
Either
we can do Butterfinger first.
I'm just reading. Butterfinger's A for me.
A Butterfinger.
I would say B. I like the taste of a Butterfinger. I don't like how my teeth are filled with it. My teeth are filled with it. It's not even just like I even like how like the bite, like how it breaks off and stuff. It's just when you're done eating, you're still eating it 40 minutes after you finish it because it's just
the Jolly Rancher effect.
I know this is a weird application for it, but it would be I like eating stuff like that with like coffee. I drink black coffee. And like that is an amazing thing to have with black coffee because then you still taste it, kind of thing.
Right. Gotcha.
Get rid of it.
Gives you a little flavor.
It's a good like pairing thing. But like by itself, I get that completely. So I'd be okay with it going B. But as far as flavor wise, A all the way.
Yeah, flavor, same thing. I love it as well, but the texture is a little bit too much for me. They had like a crossover. It was like Snickers or something like that. They did like a Butterfinger Snickers crossover, like holiday egg or something like that. And it was absolutely phenomenal, where it just had like a little bit of the Butterfinger layer instead of other stuff, and it didn't get tacky. So I'd definitely go B if you guys are good with that.
B works for me.
And Toblerone being next, not something I think of when I think of Halloween candy at all.
Right.
No,
you trick or treating in Swiss neighborhoods.
Triangular, like prism that it is. You just
they're to be fair to Toblerone, they're quite good. Like I enjoy them, but they're like $15. They're so expensive. Like I'm not going to get a Toblerone.
Is it just chocolate, or is there something in it?
It's got like it's kind of like a Heath bar, isn't it? It's got like whatever that toffee is,
like
that
toffee
what they call
in it.
I think that could be absolutely miscategorizing, but
I maybe had one.
I haven't had enough to like rate it. I can't rate it. Honestly.
That's what I'm saying. The chocolate itself is good because it's like Swiss chocolate, but it's like again, it's like $5 or $6 for a candy bar, and you're like, well, I could get like 5 Hershey bars for that. So what are we doing here? We're adding a new row. That's what Toblerone made it its own row.
Yep, can't do it.
Which is
new.
Oh, making dough.
Oh, I can't type. Don't know.
All right,
Toblerone. Not enough experience.
Almost all the way through the list there. Look at that.
We're not.
Apple.
I got to change my name now. I'm no candy expert, I guess. Next we got sweet tarts.
False.
D.
Sweet tarts. You said D.
D.
They're
Get it
better
outta here.
Smarties. They're better Smarties.
They are better,
depending on the
Smarties,
day.
but still a
I
D.
like Smarties better, man. I do.
My-
I do.
What is wrong with you?
It's insane.
I do.
I'm getting so old as this podcast goes on. I didn't
Wow.
even know I was this old. This is
Well, I'm
crazy.
glad that we could be here to experience that with you.
Gosh.
I would put them at a C at most because they're a little bit too tart for me. Like you get that little bit of that sour tinge in your jaw, but I'm not a big fan of. So,
Dunzo.
C.
Nope.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Goodbar.
No, I'm going D. I'm going D with him.
D with sweet tarts.
My guy.
Yeah.
All right,
Here we
Mr.
go.
Goodbar. This was one of those ones that I hated to see in my thing. Again, I wonder why. It had nuts in it. I hated to see it in my basket.
So as
But then I'd eat it, and I'm like, this
This
tastes
is a
like
B for me.
Reese's.
Because it's not
This
bad.
is-
It's just been there.
I would
It's
agree.
Good.
I
It's
would
an
agree with
A.
B.
It's an A.
Even an A, I would take that. Like
ooh.
I too didn't care for it at all. But then when I would the same thing as you, I'd eat it and I'd be like, this is actually pretty good.
Mhm. I
But
thought
I'd
it
be
was
annoyed with it.
I was almost thinking it was a better Reese's cup. I thought the ratio was better. You chew it together, it makes it the peanut butter chocolate in your mouth. I never see them anywhere other than in a Halloween basket. So I've never like purchased
Do I
one
not
on the
know what a
side.
Mr. Goodbar is? Is there peanut butter in it?
No, it's peanuts. It's literally
Oh,
chocolate and peanuts.
Why are you comparing it to a Reese's, you maniac?
Because you chew it and it tastes the same.
Yeah, but you don't just chew up peanut candies. And,
Yes.
what? I mean,
You don't
think
chew
it-
your
you think
chocolate
it becomes,
bar?
It becomes peanut butter to you?
We've been
Are
over
you
No,
this.
the
He
taste.
swallows
maniac?
them whole.
The
Walker
taste.
swallows
happening?
everything whole.
No, you
like
put
his
the whole
nightly
thing in your
pills he has to
mouth.
take now.
You don't. Are you sucking on it and then eating the peanuts after or something?
You
Get to the
If
next
you-
one. I can't.
Like
if you grab a handful of peanuts and chew them up, or you're like, I
Yeah.
just made peanut butter. What?
yes. What do you mean? That's exactly what they do, and then they spit it in a jar.
Apple. I'm putting D for apple. Not
Yeah,
because I
but-
hate apples. Apples are great, but why would I want one in my like
I would
Halloween
say-
candy?
Implications.
I
The
would weirdly
implications.
say, and I guess not weirdly for me, but I would say C, just because it was like it. I would agree it was disappointing to get, but at the same time, you're like, you like still like I liked apples, so it's like, all right, I'll take a apple.
It's
But if like
more
5
of-
people are giving me apples, I'm mad.
It's more
more
of
like-
thinking like you get an apple and you go, where has this been? Like the wear and tear that's probably on
You
it's going to be
wash it.
bruised by the time. Yeah.
We wouldn't have been allowed.
I'm
to
throwing
eat it
around
either.
my candy basket. Like, come on.
It would have been thrown in the trash
the
before we had a chance to eat it.
That makes
so
a difference. I
they've
guess
been
my
like, we'll
parents
go to
were
the
trying
store.
to get me poisoned.
Heath bar for me.
we had to put
that
ours
was-
through screening. It had to
Yeah,
be like,
we had like a little
please
conveyor
insert all your
belt.
fruit. And then they
Mhm.
made sure, like, okay, no razor blades in this one. You can eat it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My parents
was
were
it?
my
It was
parents were
tough.
like, we gotta put all your candy in the rat poison bowl first, and then you can have it.
Shake up the bag. Here you go.
Make sure it's good.
For Heath, for me, that was an adult candy. That candy is for adults. Don't know why I'm getting it. Now I love
Which
it.
one?
Heath, with the toffee. Like I thought that literally was a candy for
It's-
adults, and that might have been because like mom liked it and like didn't let us have
Yeah.
it when she had it. Or
Yeah, that's
something.
100% what that was.
But that was my
You
mentality
know
for a
what's
long
funny?
time.
I would agree with your assessment, although I didn't have the same mom. But I would agree
Wait,
with your
what?
assessment. It felt like an adult candy,
Mhm.
and then when I had it, I was like, "Oh, this is pretty good." But I would
Yeah.
put it in the same basket as Butterfinger, where it's getting stuck in my teeth.
Yeah,
And while it
Yeah.
tastes good, it annoys me.
It's great
Yeah.
to put in like shakes
Ice
and
cream
stuff.
and
Where like
stuff,
if you go to
yeah.
Culver's and they do the
Oh yeah, I
blended
believe
stuff,
that.
there
I
you
bet
go.
that's-
that's when I first had it for the first time. Like I accidentally got it either like at like Culver's or Dairy Queen or something, and I was like, "Ooh,
Mhm.
what is this mystery candy bar that I didn't mean to order, but I did?" And oh, it's delicious. I'd say B.
I'd say B. I'd put it right next to Butterfinger. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think they're the same thing.
Are those
All right.
caramels down there?
They are. They're soft ones though. There are no Werthers. Just to be clear.
I like the soft ones.
Yeah.
I like
do too.
the
They would
soft
get-
ones more
Depending
than-
on the Halloween day, they get melty. That was my only problem. They're not wrapped securely, but delicious. Absolutely delicious.
I'm fine with them. I'm not neither here nor there on.
I think
on
they're
the-
a C or B for
caramels.
me.
I'd say B for me.
Then C it is because I'm unbothered by them.
They're not hard enough for you.
Yeah, I need that.
Big League Chew.
Again,
yeah,
Big
not
League
not a Halloween.
Yeah, I was going to say, did anybody ever get Big League Chew? I mean, I loved the aesthetic of Big League Chew. I felt like a real big league, but I liked baseball.
Yeah.
Like I'm a baseball fan, so it's marketing to me.
Yeah, exactly. The branding was there. I'm going to have to go with meh. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I didn't like the mess
fun.
of it, like the amount of times you had to like dig into it to have gum, and then you have too much gum, and then the flavor's gone.
It was like that zebra stripe gum where you had like 2 chews and it was done.
Zebra Stripes was much better, in my opinion.
I would
got
agree
a
the
tattoo
flavor.
with
The
it.
flavor was much better, but it ran out of flavor near instantly.
I'm saying D for Big League Chew for me. I didn't like it. Wasn't a baseball fan.
I would
Not
put
my
it in
thing.
C, so I can
C
accept
for
it. Let's go.
All right. All
That was
right.
my list now, boys.
Oh,
Here we
what
go.
attention. Reese's is a D? What?
Nah,
No.
Baby
What is this last
Ruth.
thing?
Baby Ruth.
Oh,
A.
I'm just gonna throw out an honorable mention that's not on there.
We haven't
The
even finished the
$1
list
million
yet.
bar or whatever.
100 grand.
100 grand. That's what it is.
$1 million.
Yeah, you said honorable mention.
The one I don't know.
Doesn't have any idea what it is.
100 grand. Yeah,
That's why
100
it's-
grand would be an A tier for me.
Oh yeah.
It's a crunch bar mixed with a caramely nougat. Delicious.
We still got an option, and you guys are talking about a third thing.
That's
That just
because
doesn't even know what it
Baby
is.
Ruth is Baby
It was
Ruth
left
is
for
a B
last
or
for
C
a
for me.
reason.
Baby Ruth is A easy for me. It's one of my favorite candies, and because it has nuts in it, obviously.
Color me surprised.
Yeah, I know. It only became that way because we grew up in a Nestle town, so it was what I got a lot of, and I grew to love them. So A for me.
See, I didn't really get those much. Like I always would get 100 grand crunch bars because I would work at Chocolate Fest. And so we'd give out the candy, and I'd stuff my pockets with the candy. Then we'd give out the candy. I had to wear my cargo shorts and had pockets full of crunch bars. And then they changed it to Raisinets, and we're like, no. So I never really had Baby Ruth. I think I would like it a lot now, just because it has nuts in it. But I'd say like B at most for me.
I'm gonna have to go B as well. It just
right.
is not quite A for me.
That's okay. What?
All right, B.
Okay,
And
let's
that
do this.
concludes our list. What we have to do now?
No.
We got to go through A's and figure out our S tier.
Yes.
We got our 7
And here's the
A's.
thing.
What are we doing?
It's more A's than I ever got in my life.
Really
It was
quick.
7.
Really quick, guys. Check out soon. We're gonna be making our own chocolate bars. I might have already made one. It's a wasabi chocolate bar. We might be trying it in a new video coming up. Don't know. But yes, we are. I don't know why I'm alluding to it as if it might or happen or might not. It's literally sitting in my fridge. I have it wrapped like an actual candy bar. Like it is ready to go.
Delicious.
But yeah, that'll be an experience. I think it was wasabi, red pepper flakes, and hot Cheetos or something like that, all crunched in. So it's got the crunchy flavor and all that
you
jazz.
love from your
So we'll see how that
bar.
goes. Yeah. So let's go A. Let's each go and just we all do the one we want. If someone else takes one that we want, we can just go to the next one. But we'll have 3 up for contention and then do it from there. Daniel, you should start.
There we go.
All right, I'm going to pick for Walker and myself.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
We're in there.
It's a Kit Kat for me. Mr. Goodbar and Reese's were close behind, in my opinion. But Kit Kat it's something else.
Okay, Walker, what are you thinking?
Honestly, yeah, Kit Kat, also Reese's or Snickers are good. And even the Oots pretzels, I'm going to be honest with you. I really did enjoy those pretzels. But Kit Kat, I got to pick one different.
One to add to the category
one to add. Oots pretzels, get them up there.
Pretzels,
okay.
All right.
The top step.
I'm going Reese's. I'm going Reese's.
All right. So we got to decide between these 3.
I think the texture of a Kit Kat is both. It's the texture of a pretzel almost, that like snappy airiness.
Yep.
And then it's got the chocolate in the Reese's, but it doesn't have the peanut butter, which is upsetting to me.
You know, that's surprising. Like one of my favorite actual snacks is like the nutty bars or whatever. That like Little Debbie or Buddy bars. I don't know what it is, but it's like a wafer thing with peanut butter in it. If Kit Kat made a peanut butter,
like that.
There is, and
I eat a protein bar that has a chocolate and peanut butter, and it's like a Kit Kat
wafer.
So I literally enjoy that. I'm gonna have to go Kit Kat. Like I think it's ingrained in me enough.
Easy, it's easy. It's that easy, folks.
I'm just saying, Kit Kat, make a peanut butter chocolate version.
I think they did.
Yes, please.
Did they really?
I think it's I'm not kidding. I think it's called like a fast break, and it's Kit Kat and Reese's like together.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Yeah, they
was it
had,
like a Take Five?
Take Five, and then they did have Reese's Sticks. You're right.
I swear to goodness, if you go to a Quick Trip and you pop into the candy aisle, I swear to goodness, there's a Kit Kat and a peanut butter based thing that you can find. I think.
See, Take Five. I remember some kid in my class, like their parent worked for the company that like was promoting them, and they literally were having people like sample them out. Like they would bring them to school and make all the kids try this bar.
Who was that?
I
remember that too, because I remember I was like super exposed to Take Fives. I fell in love with them, and then they took them away from me.
See,
and they took them away from me.
It worked.
All right, so
now I know
Reese's
if I have
Fast
children,
Break.
I'm just gonna give them candy and say, "Give candy to all these people."
So real quick, everybody, Reese's Fast Break was peanut butter, milk chocolate, and nougat on the bottom, like a little layer of that.
It wasn't quite there.
But the Reese's Sticks is like a chunky version of a Kit Kat.
A thick.
Where it's
THICC.
Mm-hmm. It's just thicker. So it's like those like Buddy bars or whatever it is, where it's more of a wafer in between. It's like 2 layers of wafer and peanut butter.
Yep.
And those not quite Kit Kat level because it's still thick layer of wafer. But I'm just saying, you throw a little layer in that, just a standard Kit Kat, which is a little bit of peanut butter. I mean, I've literally dug peanut butter out of a jar with a Kit Kat stick. Delicious.
Oh wow,
you can do that.
Which is
this is an argument it's an argument I would have made if Justin was hard and fast on that Reese's. I would have said you can put the Kit Kat into peanut butter and you get the same effect. I mean, honestly, maybe a little bit better even.
But also, you can put a Reese's cup on a Ritz cracker.
Yeah, but you're just saying that because you see the ad.
What ad? Oh my God! No, I didn't even.
No,
I didn't even see it. I just thought of the shape. I just thought of the shape. Oh, that's fun. I was like, wait, where? And that's on my screen that I'm sharing too. That's funny.
Yeah, I thought there was like some famous ad that I didn't know about.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
there's the one in front of our face right now.
Well, all I know is all those nobodies out there that follow us. You might as well just tell us what was your favorite on the list, what we got wrong. Feel free to just grill us for that, because I know we made someone angry.
Someone out there is not some of us, at least a third of us on this right now, our taste was just really bad. At least a third of us. I don't know which third.
At least a third? I don't know.
There was a bottom third. There was a bottom third in terms of flavor assessment, not location or anything like that.
But here's the thing. If we skew to the 60+ community, they're with me. But if we skew 15 and under.